Champions de U-Sport, mais ils ont 6 recrues qui sont bien confiantes entre eux aujourd'hui. Et je crois que quand on parlait avec Julie Chu, le coach de Concordia, a le prix de l'année, au début de l'année, de vraiment trouver l'identité de cette nouvelle équipe. Et ils ont fini première place en la RSCQ et ils ont gagné la 2e fois le titre à Québec. Alors, ils sont bien confiantes aujourd'hui. Et je pense peut-être une game qu'on pourrait voir une équipe plus dominante que l'autre, on dirait.
Et tout à fait. Et du côté des Stingers, là, on a une force de frappe incroyable, des partisans en feu qui célèbrent la Saint-Patrick dans les gradins. Et il faut le dire, là, Alexandra Boulanger, c'est une 6e année qu'elle dispute dans le circuit universitaire canadien. Elle a disputé une saison avec les Huskies de St. Mary's, que tu connais bien. 2 saisons avec les Carabins. Et on est à une 3e saison avec les Stingers de Concordia, une joueuse de 4e trio, une vétérante. Il faut le dire, là, c'est une 6e année pour elle, mais elle y a droit puisque les règlements ont changé entre le CIS et le U-Sports. Donc, la joueuse la plus vieille. Et de l'autre côté, on a une japonaise, là, Kia pardonnez-moi, je ne veux pas me tromper dans son nom de famille. Si je la retrouve sur ma feuille, c'est Aki Fujimori, pardon. Elle est une japonaise qui est née en 1993, donc de l'expérience de chaque côté et une force de frappe assez bonne, là. On a 3 trios de sœurs aussi du côté des Lakers de Nipissing.
Oui, je pense qu'on doit prendre sérieux les Nipissing Lakers. Ils ont pris l'équipe classée premier dans le championnat.
But now they're to have new roles, and I think that's more or less what the Stingers have here is players who have stepped up into new roles, filling the voids left by Marie-Pascale Bernier and Stéphanie Lalancette and the like. And they're right back here, and they've got a real good shot at winning the whole thing.
And the Nipissing Lakers, my goodness, had an incredible playoff run. They swept Queens in the OUA quarterfinal. Here as they head into nationals.
Yeah, and Chantal Sandquist was the big star of that one, making 40-some saves, but she would have needed one more to pull out the victory, as it was U of T who rode off as victors in the McCaw Cup final.
And something to take note of is that, we talked about the changes, of course, on Concordia, but in net last year was Chloe Marshall for Nipissing. She stood very tall in that win. She stood very tall in that quarterfinal win, and so that will be another chance here for Sandquist to have a moment and really step up in this role as she has.
And Marshall's another interesting story, actually, on her 3rd youth sports school, having played at Saskatchewan and Lethbridge, and now here with Nipissing. So a very well-traveled player, veteran player, and a good person to have in your program as the Concordia Stingers fans let their voices be heard.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Welcome back to the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship, where we will have the fourth and deciding semifinalists out of this game. We know that the MRU Cougars will advance to the semis, taking on the host Montreal Carabins. And UBC, after an overtime win just before this game, will also be moving on. They will face the winner of this tilt here. I am Daniela Ponticelli alongside Graham Naismith, and we're getting set. Our officials for tonight: referee Sienna Leifers, Shauna Neary, and then linesperson Stephanie Gagnon and Aaron Zach. Again, the third-ranked Concordia Stingers coming in. Of course, Concordia beating the Carabins in the RESQ final, while the Nipissing Lakers come in as the lower seed at number 6, exactly where they were last year, Graham, to get things going, and they had a great run. Again, this is the finalist rematch from last year. Concordia, the defending champs, and one of them is going to be relegated into the consolation bracket.
Yeah, well, it just goes to show that any game at this national championship can realistically be a national championship final, and here we are with last year's final in, well, the quarterfinals, one of the very first games of this tournament this year.
And play is underway. Emmy Fecteau was the one in the opening circle, and now with the puck, as she moves quick, she's going to be one to watch, of course, with some gold medal experience as she goes sliding into the backboards. And not just a gold medal here with the Stingers, but with Fisu, and already some shots on goal.
And the net's off right now. That's what Sandquist is trying to show the official there. And we saw this was a big issue in the earlier game, it has to be said. And already Chantal Sandquist having a couple of issues there with her goal.
Certainly don't want that. It's an unnecessary distraction. We'll see how that plays out. But as Graham mentioned, it was a bit of an issue. It was constantly creating some stoppages, and actually, in fact, did, in a way, interfere with a potential goal earlier for St. FX. Of course, they were able to come back and rally.
Well, the pegs aren't actually drilled into the ice. They're kind of just, the net isn't in the ice, it's sitting on top of the ice. So any goaltender who pushes off of their posts is going to knock it off.
And again, a chance here for the Stingers early on. They have just been all pressure within the first seconds of this game, coming out with a fire. We have yet to see, of course, as we get a feel for it. These two teams, of course, have faced each other, and most recently at Nationals last year in the gold medal game. Now Nipissing, LeBerge moving quickly, firing one on Philbert. She gets a bit of her stick on it. Now Philbert's younger sister Leonie is also on the Stingers, but right now Chloe Chandreau carrying the puck quick back behind the net of Sandquist. Dropping it down for Captain Olivia Hale, who has stepped up big time for the Stingers. Justine Yell also on the ice, and now a big shot from the far point, right in front of the net, looking for a tip-in. The Stingers are swarming. They're hungry already.
Yeah, and this is something of a home game for Concordia. It's a bit of an interesting deal here, where it's a national championship in your hometown, but you're not hosting it. So
no, you're not.
Yeah, and Concordia actually staying at the host hotel, acting as if, you know, it is a national championship where they're going on the road, so they really get that sense of togetherness down the stretch.
And now a chance. That was a decent chance there for Nipissing, but the momentum stopper delivered by some Concordia defense. Now battling in the neutral zone, we know it's going to be a tough test. Brody Levitt getting in the mix there for Concordia. Now Nipissing will settle it down. Just try to start playing their game and get a chance here. Hayhurst moving up quick on the ice. Getting some help from Maggie McKee. Over to the other side, Neff. Again, they're going to go slow. Shomiak looking for some room. McKee, again, little backhand pass. Shomiak will take it. Nearly getting intercepted there by Concordia. Another quick save by Philbert early on here. Both teams getting decent chances. An official taking the puck to the kneecap. still in the Concordia zone. And now moving up quick.
Whoa, Sandquist takes a tumble there a bit awkwardly, but then she's right back to her feet.
And Nipissing trying to settle things down. Again, unable to get even one goal against Alice Fibert last year in the final. Concordia shutting out all their opponents through their 3-game run at Nationals in PEI. And now another chance. They're setting up here, looking for some space. Amélie Lavoie. Nipissing again. Thomas this time will just slow it down as Concordia sets up. Olivia Hale was looking to knock that one in, or rather Chloé Gendreau. Now a shot towards the net, bounces off the body of a Laker. Hale will pot it back around the back boards. As Concordia again will settle it down. Captain Hale dumping it down deep. No icing call there. The Lakers on the chase and moving fast. Madison Desmarais going in quick, and Stitt there to help out, just back behind the goal line. And now over on the far side, boards, they're going to continue this play. It's a long sweeping one to Sandquist. She'll just play it off the stick.
Whistle's really at a premium here early on. It's where we've got some free-flowing hockey here at Sepsum.
I had to laugh because as you said that, of course, one of the fans just blew out a big honk. That's not the whistle, of course. And this really is, it has a home game feel for Concordia. What a chance. Wow, just bounces off the glove of Sandquist.
Yeah, and as you were saying, this really is the makings of a home game for Concordia. They travel well. They've got quite the fan base, likes to get around, and they like to make life miserable for opponents in their home barn over at the Ed Mahar Arena. And they're going to try to do that here to the Nipissing Lakers. They've got quite the crowd below us, and I think it'll be a real pop if and when they manage to find the back of the net.
And now LeBerge, Madison moving up quick on the ice for Nipissing, and that's not to be outdone. The Lakers out of North Bay, very well supported. When they came back with their silver medals last year, head coach Darren Turcotte saying they were treated well. Now a chance getting in close to Sandquist. She's covered up the side, and Lakers defend that well. Again, moving in quick, Maria Domenico.
Yeah, I was about to say that was the first time today we said the last name Domenico. There's Maria, of course, who's probably the star of this Nipissing team. And there's her sister Mallory, who actually led the team in points. Point per game pace for Mallory Domenico. And we hadn't really seen them through the first 5 minutes.
Everyone just finding their feet here. Concordia again, just firing one. That off the stick of Amélie Lavoie. And now again, played quick for McIntyre, but Nipissing regaining. Can't make that connection on the pass, so they'll continue on. And Jessie Maud Drapeau, one to watch. Getting in close here, Nipissing able to scoop that up and keep moving along, adding on the speed, going up fast. Getting in close as well. It's Domenico.
Yeah, now we've said the name of Domenico as we saw Mallory there for the first time, and she was really flying down the ice. Eventually couldn't retain the puck, and it looks like this one's going to be reset in front of the Lakers bench, in front of Darren Turcotte and his staff. A long-time NHL player, all-star at least once, I believe a Stanley Cup champion with the New York Rangers in '94.
Someone who's put in many, many man-hours in the NHL, helping helm this Nipissing Lakers team. Again, second appearance here at Nationals, both times in the 6th seed. But the underdogs have the upper hand so far, winning, going 2-for-1 here in the quarterfinals. We'll see how this game plays out. Now back behind the net, bringing the action out towards the near side wall. Concordia looking to wrap around on Sandquist. It's just a bit too wide. Pressure applied there by the Lakers. And there's a shot of the crowd. You can see the blue. The noisemakers anyway provided are blue, but really it's the Concordia colors you have to watch for. There's the bench.
Yeah, and they'll be happy because they're going to the power play as it's Cameron Grooms who heads off. So we get our first look at this Stingers power play that was the best in the RSCQ this season.
And they'll take that face-off and immediately get whistled down. Reset there. I believe that's Emi Fecto having to swap out now.
Yeah, don't see that every day, a player coming in from the point to swap out to take the draw, but that's how they've set it up here on the power play. Fecto now pivots over to kind of be available for a one-timer, and she wants the puck right away.
Not a bad thing when Yassimo Drapeau is the one who steps in, wins that, and another big shot up high. Of course, they have the player advantage, and the clock winding down, 1:50 left to go. As Drapeau tries to fire it there, Fecto scooping it up, dropping it back here for Veillette. Veillette to Fecto, that's a little high, I know, right? And the crowd reacting as you would expect with such a high stakes quarterfinal. You win and you're through to the championship bracket. You lose, you're relegated. Consolation, big shot down Main Street. That gets saved by Sandquist. Just trying to get a moment here for live stats, so we can bring those to you. It's an exciting game so far in the early minutes here. Again, a rematch of last year's final. Back into the action. Drapeau trying to connect there. Camille Richard as well out on the ice. I do believe Drapeau now. Moquen Joubert also circling, but Nipissing Lakers look to clear it out. Again, a minute left now on this power play for Concordia.
And only 2 players in the zone right now as they change, but they can get fresh legs, so the Lakers could be in real trouble here if the Stingers can get a bunch of fresh bodies on the ice.
Emily Lavoie with a big shot. Oh my goodness, defended well and immediately taken as well by the very player who blocked her. As we have the assistant or the alternate captain just stepping out, and McKee. Here's another chance. Jean Dro, oh, and just a little bit of a mistimed moment there. As Miguel Bourreau-Gagnon.
20 seconds to go here in the power play for the Stingers, as you can't quite see it on your screen right now, but they're down to 12 seconds now in the man advantage, and that's a pretty good player, Alexandra Anne Boyer, transfer from UConn, moving it forward.
Now the Lakers, again defending, just 3 seconds to go before it'll be even strength, and leaping out of the penalty box. We're back to 5-on-5 in this quarterfinal, scoreless tie at the moment. Concordia shutting out all of its opponents last year, including the Nipissing Lakers. There's a big shot, though, just to slow things down.
And Lakers were in their offside, so we'll reset it in the neutral zone. And we mentioned the name of Maggie McKee just before. She's someone on the Lakers who has some championship experience. She won the PWHL championship with London back in 2018-19. Actually, the same team that was the goaltender for that team was Johnson on St. FX, who we just saw in the previous quarterfinals. So a couple of former London Devilettes at the national championship.
And now a chance, getting in close. Philbert with the great save. My goodness, just a hand on it and enough to keep the Stingers free right now. And here we go, Béjan Cyr. First time saying Rosalie's name as she comes flying in, looking for that pass to Fecto. Those two, of course, both on the gold medal winning Team Canada at the FISU World University Games in Lake Placid this January. The Nipissing Lakers will dump it down off the board as they get fresh legs out on the ice here. Both teams feeling one another out, getting some good looks. Béjan Cyr now again putting it up to McIntyre. And Fecto will just drop it down deep. It gets scooped up by Den Hode. And Nipissing, again, trying to chase the puck down deep. They're in the offensive zone, looking to stay there. And just as quickly, Emily Lavoie making it difficult. And the puck is loose, skidding back into Lakers territory. Shots on goal, 3 apiece. Face-off wins favoring Concordia 5-1, and it'll be covered up just as quickly.
Yeah, and Sandquist just holds it there. A couple of FISU gold medalists in this game. There's Beijing Cyr and Fecteau, as you mentioned, and then also Maria Domenico with the Lakers, and she may well have been the player of the tournament for Team Canada. She was just so dynamic, and there she is on the backhand, just can't get over the shoulder of Alice Filbert.
And we're back into the play here. Lakers with a chance. They're setting up, oh, and just a bit of a soft spot there on the ice will slow things down. As the Stingers look to keep in motion, they're a team that's well in transition. And now moving in quick. Courtney Rice back there on the ice. And we have a penalty coming. I do believe. We'll see how it
two Stingers went crashing into the end boards, and I don't think they both caught an edge. And it will be Allison Hayhurst, the captain of Nipissing, actually heading off for body checking.
And that will give the Stingers a power play opportunity here. And they've already, no, they have yet, yes, they've already had one previous. Of course, an effective kill by the Lakers. And so we'll settle in here. A chance already right, fired off the hop there by Drapeau. Fecteau now back to Drapeau. Drapeau settling down. Trying to find a Fecteau, big shot through traffic right in front of the net. Knocked off and it's not in. The officials have not declared that a good goal. But again, Graham, my eyes show that that goal post was knocked off its spot yet again.
Yeah, and this is exactly the issue we saw with St. FX earlier. You mentioned it, Daniela. So the net was off, so the standard they've said is that if the net's off, it cannot be a goal. So you can see the official there blowing it dead, arms go up, will not count. And it's unfortunate for Concordia because they didn't knock the net off. It's not like they ran into the goal and so they blow the play dead, or they bumped into Sandquist who then hit the post. Really unfortunate for Concordia, but that's the standard that was set, and that's the standard they're going to stick with throughout the tournament.
All right, out on the ice right now on this power play.
And they're still
Concordia.
in conversation with Julie Chu.
Yeah, they're having a chat here to determine what's happening. Again, the same situation, St. FX in the previous quarterfinal went in for a goal. They didn't knock the goalposts off or anything like that, and it wasn't counted because that is the rule. That is the way things are played. We'll go at it again. A minute 42 left on this Concordia power play. And Emmy Fecteau will take it as...
But in any case, it's a warning for the Lakers, right? It's kind of almost a get-out-of-jail-free card there. In that this Concordia team will get in there to get those rebounds. It's funny, on their power play setup, they all kind of crowd along the blue line.
And here we go, Fecteau getting in close to the action. As Leonie Filbert, the younger sister of Alice.
And look at them all near the blue line, then they're gonna walk in. But if there's a quick shot, there's no one really able there to get the rebound.
Filbert will just fire it. That goes, touches the back glass this time, now into the far corner. So much pressure. The Stinger system in play, a minute 03. Lakers try to clear it. Oh, what an effort there by Madison LeBurge. And again, try to send it down deep. The Stingers keep it in the neutral zone. They'll slow it down. Rosalie Bejan-Cyr heads off to the bench. Right now, Gendreau in there. And McIntyre with a shot. What a save by Sandquist and getting set again.
That was Chloe Gendreau flying through, had on her backhand, couldn't quite pull the trigger.
Now another chance. Concordia setting up. It touches net. The Stingers strike first to set the tone in this quarterfinal. We saw the play developing earlier, and Graham, it was just a matter of time, it felt.
Yeah, and hopefully we can get a good view from the camera behind Sandquist's goal to see sort of what she saw in this shot, as I'm not sure she saw a whole lot. It's Boyer, the transfer from UConn, throwing it to the point, and there were two Stingers in the way of Sandstrom. Hopefully we can get that angle from behind the goal. Doesn't look like we'll get it, but I can't imagine that she saw a whole lot. She was trying to look around the players, and there you can see the Concordia fans up on their feet.
Yeah, it was Chloe Chloé Gendreau, by the way, and Miguel Bureau-Gagnon, who was out there, actually rather make that Caroline Moquin-Joubert. And we'll see who gets assessed and credited for the goal in a moment, but the Lakers now looking to respond. 6:50 left. The crowd is so reactive here, but the Stingers, again, the ones with the lead, they're going to continue adding some pressure, dumping it down as Justine Yell. The goal was by Sandrine Veillette and assisted by Adrienne Boyer. And back in the play now, back in Lakers territory. They'll just look to clear that puck out nicely. As Fecteau back out on the ice, she'll be playing many minutes here for Concordia. And now again, setting up for a big wind-up shot. Looking to help out. Dominico's on the ice there. This moving quick. Number 16, Lana Durier. And now the other Dominico firing in.
Yep, and drawing a penalty, and that's what Maria Dominico can do. She's got all the moves, and in this situation, she just put it through Rachel McIntyre.
We'll likely see another chance there, but this will be Nipissing's first shot at the player advantage. As we see that moment, taking a seat on the bench there, in the box rather, I should say. Concordia as well, finishing with the top penalty kill in the RESQ. It'll be Dominico taking the face-off for Nipissing. As we get set. And now moving in quick, dumping it down, Leonie Filbert. Don't become the best in the RESQ for nothing, that's for sure. A 91.4% efficiency on the kill throughout the season. And now a look, Lakers coming in hot, looking to get the equalizer. Dominico getting called up, and Filbert, what's happening now? We got a whistle, and the crowd seems to like it.
Yeah, it was offside, just a bit of white between the puck and the blue line here. That's Maria Dominico, who certainly had a hand in some assists there. And this is not the only championship happening. CBC Sports is your home for the 2023 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship, presented by Mikasa from Vancouver. The consolation round is exclusive to CBC Sports YouTube channel, while championship semis are on CBC Gem, cbcsports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube channel. Back to this game, though. Nipissing back in the Concordia zone. Looking to connect here now. LeBurge is calling for a bit of fire down shot. That gets blocked by Justine Yell. Now another chance, getting in close. Oh, and it's saved by Filbert. But McKee with a great look. Again, another chance, firing it down. That's that's the younger Mallory Dominico, I do believe. Number is tucked away. And they will take a moment now. Yeah, hand pass called, and it was a great backdoor feed to Maggie McKee, but even better goaltending by Alice Filbert to get across. And really, there wasn't a whole lot for McKee to shoot at. She would have really had to lift it up into the postage stamp, as Filbert had it pretty well covered on her blocker side.
And now setting up neutral zone draw. Final 5 minutes here in the first period. Addison LeBerge bringing it up along the near side wall, hoping to connect their far side. That's where the Concordia Stingers will get in the way. Nearly intercepted, though. Now a chance. Setting up on the side, looking for a soft touch to get by Sanquist. A penalty is coming to the Lakers. And
that's why you put your best offensive players out on the PK, because they're a threat the other way. And in this case, they even negate the power play. It's Emmy Fecteau and Rosalie Desaint-Cyr, or Cyr rather, the two big offensive players for Concordia. They get on a shorthanded break, and it forces a Laker to take a penalty. There they are showing off their chemistry. Desaint-Cyr could have been away and clear had it not been for, it was Lana Durier who reached back, hooking penalty, and now Concordia actually has an offensive zone draw on 4-on-4, and then we'll have about 1:50 of power play time.
And we'll keep you on top of that power play time in just a moment. But yes, a 4-on-4 situation for just the next few seconds as the clock winds down, and out of the box. Back to even strength, some fresh legs out on the ice might as well, bringing it into the Lakers' territory. Gendreau, now a big shot, setting up here. Trying to cycle the systems and get that sharp angle. Right in front of the net, teeing up again, Concordia. Taking a moment, firing it in, trying to get it by, they do! Making it 2 for Concordia. The crowd erupts for that power play marker.
And it couldn't be a much better start for the Stingers. 2 goals in the first period. They've got the 2-goal lead. They've got their crowd behind them. That one really well worked. Again, it's those long shots. The Lakers have had trouble blocking those shots, and there it is. It kind of falls down. Really good composure in tight from Megan Bureau-Gagnon to sweep it across to her teammate. So tempting right there just to shovel it in, but instead she puts it across to Gendreau. Really well worked in tight, and the Stingers deservedly up 2-0.
And now Concordia again, continuing their pace that they've set here. Thibault has a moment. A shot up top to Moncoin-Joubert. The Lakers come back, going the other way. Looking for some space now, back with a chance, getting in close. Blink and you miss it moments here at the U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. Speed, everything is moving in quickly. Again, the RESQ champion in the Concordia Stingers taking on the OUA finalist Nipissing Lakers, who were perfect in the postseason up until that final in the Macaw Cup. 1 game.
Yeah, but to be fair, they were pushed by Waterloo a couple of overtime games, if I'm not mistaken, in their series with the Warriors, who put together a really, really nice season for themselves. Hard done by not to get into the national championship, the Waterloo Warriors.
Now Nipissing trying to play keep away here as we approach the final 2 minutes. Getting in there. As we go back the other way, Rosalie Bejancir. And getting down there, we're going to have a final assessment. That goal was good by Chloé Gendreau. And Alice Philbert with another save.
And the crowd happy with that Philbert save. She's been so good throughout her career, Alice Philbert. And, you know, this program going from Catherine Purchase, who was a solid goaltender out of Halifax, I believe, for a number of years for the Stingers, then right to Philbert. You know, it didn't really take a year off there. They went from one really good goaltender to another. And Philbert sticking around for all 5 or 6 years, depending on how you look at it.
Philbert with 5 saves so far and 7 the other way right now for Sandquist. Again, Sandquist, this is her first crack at national play. She supported the Lakers through their impressive playoff run, going 4-1 between the pipes. And now the Lakers again giving chase back into the top corner. Now near side. Bit of a miss pass there to Desmarais. Now Hale has it on her stick for the Stingers. The captain, who was a walk-on when she started and really rose through the ranks with patience. She was a practice player in the first year. And now a chance, Domenico, the touch on the puck, she'll shoot it high. But again, the Lakers catching fire here with 43 seconds to go. But Moncoin-Joubert moving in and in fast. Enough of a distraction, hoping to keep the Lakers scoreless heading into this first intermission here. And again, Nipissing chasing the puck down. It'll be an icing.
Yeah, you mentioned about Olivia Hale when she came into the Stingers program. She was playing at a prep school down in the States, and actually it was just a cold email to the coaching staff of the Stingers. And you know, fast forward a couple of years, and through a lot of you know, a lot of stick-to-itiveness from Olivia Hale to get to this point, and that's why she's the captain of this Stingers team, even though there's a bunch of leaders in in maroon and white.
And now Nipissing defending their end with 17 seconds, clock winding down here in the first period. The final quarterfinal of the championship tournament. Chance to continue playing for the championship. Neff getting her stick on the puck there for the Lakers. And that'll do it for the first 20. Concordia, the crowd proud of their Stingers. No surprise, Concordia out of Montreal. That is where we are right now at the University, though, of Montreal. So not quite home ice, but close enough for a very large crowd. And Graham will soon hear from Nipissing Lakers Maria Domenico in just a moment, but overall, here's a look at the way things shook out.
Yeah, well, obviously it's the two on the right of the screen, and both of them came on the power play. That's been the difference so far. Concordia did get some chances off the rush. Were there any more than what Nipissing got? I can't really say so, but that's been it. It's just been the power play for the Stingers, and Nipissing not being able to clog up the shooting lanes, really, I'd have to say, is what is the difference so far in this one. And you know, teams have come back from worse. We saw just earlier today where St. FX flipped the script after being down by 2.
And now it's actually Maggie McKee, who will be speaking with our very own Isabelle Germain down on the bench.
We're joined now by Maggie McGee. You come down to Montreal and you get the Montreal team, not the host, but you have a really pro-Montreal crowd. How did you guys prepare to just handle this crowd today?
We knew what we were coming into. We played Toronto last week at their home crowd. Same kind of deal here. We just got to put the crowd aside and play our game.
I thought you guys handled yourselves well with the speed that they came at you. You had some chances in front. You have a ton of assists this year, but who's your favorite person to find on the ice, and who do you think you can find today?
Honestly, either of my wingers, both Mal and Chom, they both have great shots. They get open in the slot, and I know one of them is going to put one in here next period. Just got to find them.
You're only down 2-0, 2 power play goals for them. What's the strategy going into the rest of this game here?
We just got to stay out of the box. If we get a chance here, we got to bury one, but stay out of the box, get pucks deep. We haven't really tested this goalie out, so get some shots, and we'll be good here. We got lots of time.
Maggie, I like the confidence, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Maggie McKee speaking with our very own Isabelle Germain. Obviously, Nipissing Lakers know there's still plenty of hockey to play. It's a 2-0 lead right now for the Concordia Stingers through the first 20 minutes, but we'll be back with more. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Graham Naismith. We'll be back. You're watching the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship on CBC.
stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
We are in the first intermission of the fourth quarter final here. Concordia Stingers leading 2-0 over the Nipissing Lakers through 20. And this weekend, of course, is all about celebrating U Sports. And every year, U Sports celebrates its best student athletes, honoring major accomplishments of its student athletes in each sport. Here are the nominees and the winner of the 2023 U Sports Rookie of the Year Award.
The nominees for the U Sports Women's Hockey Rookie of the Year are, en nomination pour le prix de la recrue de l'année en hockey féminin U Sport 2023, des sports universitaires de l'Atlantique from the AUS, Oriana McNeil, Université de l'Île du Prince-Édouard, UPEI, du Réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Jade Picard, Université de Montréal, Montreal, du sport universitaire de l'Ontario from the OUA, Kiana McKibben, l'Université de Windsor, University of Windsor, et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Sydney Mercier, Université de Calgary, University of Calgary. La recrue de l'année en hockey féminin U-Sport est, the winner of the U-Sports Rookie of the Year in women's hockey is, Sydney Mercier, Université de Calgary, University of Calgary.
Fans, you too can celebrate each U Sports team's gold medal victory with your very own commemorative apparel from T-Litson Sports. Fans of basketball's Carleton Ravens and Guelph Griffins in track have been flocking to shop.usports.ca to purchase their piece of history. On Monday, the championship collection from this championship will be available for purchase. But hurry, supplies will go fast on this limited time offer. That's the U Sports Championship Collection on sale at shop.usports.ca. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Graham Naismith. We'll be back with more right now. Concordia Stingers lead 2-0 over the Nipissing Lakers through the first 20. You're watching the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship on CBC.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire, le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi, when you can't push one more second. Chase the glory. Visez haut.
Welcome back to continue day 2 action from the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. We are in Nipissing in Montreal, where the crowd, of course, loves Concordia. This is not their home barn. This is where the Caravans play, but of course, Caravans play, I should say, but it certainly has that home vibe for the Stingers, who right now have a 2-0 lead. They are the favorite in this game, being the 3rd seed, but right now the underdogs have the upper hand. Yesterday it was clean sweep by the lower seeds through the quarterfinal. Earlier today, I was going to say this morning, Graham, but earlier today, of course, UBC bucking that trend, the number 2 seed, getting an overtime game winner against St. FX, but it came this close, Graham, and we know that Nipissing will reset. We heard from Maggie McGee heading into the intermission. We've got this, and she called a goal coming from her line.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, we'll see if it comes through, but they've got to battle through Alice Philibert. They've got to battle through this Concordia crowd as well. The loudest cheer of the evening so far was just now when Julie Chu, Carol Ouellette, and Devin Thompson, the Concordia Stingers, walked back out from their coach's room onto the ice, or onto the bench, we should say. But this is really a partisan crowd. And right now we're taking a look just at the officials sorting out the ice, making sure that it's up to their standards. And Nipissing is a tall task here, don't get me wrong. Concordia's looking good. They're looking everything they've been built up to be. So,
and honestly, it's not as though Nipissing is without some North Bay support. Of course, their crowds are loud and proud at home. They travel well as well, and I can see some green tucked away in the crowd. They are certainly not going quietly into the night. They're a very proud fan base, as mentioned. And the history between these two teams, this is Nipissing's only their second Nationals appearance. Of course, last year they finished second to the Stingers, so this is a repeat of that final. The defending champs winning the opening faceoff, and now Veillette, who has scored already tonight. Stepping back in, I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Graham Naismith, and a chance right away. That one tipped up high for Fecto.
Yeah, and the Stars are really out to shine at this tournament. We had Kim St. Pierre speak at the banquet on Wednesday night. Yesterday, I'm being told Marie-Philippe Poulin and Anne-Marie Desbiens were at the game watching the Montreal Carabins. And then we look at the Concordia bench, and you've got a couple of Olympic gold medals, a couple Olympic medals with Julie Chu and Carol Ouellette, and then they also have Lauriane Rougeau on their staff. So really great to see.
And now another chance right in front. Wow, covered up well by Sandquist. Again, the puck able to just slow down a smidge, but it was right in her way, and Bonnie's blocking.
Yeah, and a fun game to play with the Concordia coaches is you ask them, hey, among you, who's played with the most Hall of Famers? It's a pretty baller debate to get into, you have to say, but I think the edge should go to Caroline Ouellette, just with all the great Canadians she played with. But you know what, Julie Chu, she played with Cammy Granado, actually a Stingers alum, Cammy Granado, little known fact, and all those other great Americans who now find themselves in the Hockey Hall of Fame. And Caroline Ouellette, actually, I mean, if she doesn't get her name called this summer, I mean, what more does she have to do? She should be in there already.
Now the Stingers, though, setting up as Nipissing had a good look there, but there's no, oh my goodness, she's trying to score without a stick. Emmy Fecteau, she'd certainly be one to try. And another shot, that saved by Sandquist. What an effort. And again, Nipissing, solid team, but Gendreau getting in close to Sandquist, nearly gets it by him. Another save by the Lakers netminder. Last year, Nipissing's Chloe Marshall, who's still on the roster and played this year, of course. She really stood tall in their opening quarterfinal. So this team knows how to get gritty wins. They obviously advanced in order to play the Stingers in this gold medal game. Something to be said about the Lakers, their first Nationals appearance, and they come home with silver. The crowd at the airport, by the way, Graham, apparently just out of this world. And Darren Turcotte was telling me, you know, I expected that because I kind of know the vibe and the feeling being a North Bay native as he is, but the women on the team, it was just such a moment for them.
And the important thing for Nipissing is that they keep the North Bay talent at home. It's one thing to get the talent from the GTA or that to go up there, but it starts with keeping the North Bay talent at home. And that's when they did, when they really got Maria Domenico when she committed for the 2017-18 season, and they got her sister, and there's a couple of other North Bay products. So it starts with keeping the great players from North Bay up there, and then you get the rest of them in, and that's what we've seen for the past 2 years, or really working out for the Lakers.
Now Maggie McKee trying to fight for the puck, getting in close. Stingers again, though, just evading now. Younger Leonie Philibert looking for a little pass up. As the Lakers again now setting up again. McKee, oh, an offside call to slow that momentum, but McKee had, as she said, she had kind of called it with her line. She said, we know we can score. We know we can get one by Philibert. It's just a matter of the timing and staying out of the penalty box, which reminds me, I need to check in on those stats because, of course, we did have a lot of time where it wasn't even strength.
Yeah, I think it was 3 penalties apiece, or maybe only 2 taken by the Stingers, but 2 power play goals for Concordia, obviously the difference thus far.
Yeah, Concordia actually going 2 for 3 on the power play and 0 for 1 so far for Nipissing. We'll see if they get another chance on specials coming up, but They want to work together. That's how they've gotten their wins this season, team wins. Lakers now driving down, looking for room there, Emma Neff. Now, Ashlyn Zaharia. Neff again for the Lakers, trying to protect their net. And there goes the big horns in the crowd. This is exactly what Graham was saying. It's a bit of hostile territory here in Montreal. And now McIntyre for the Stingers will settle it down over to Captain Hale. And the Lakers again. Tessa Kosak setting up just in front of the net. And a big shot in. It's soft by Sandquist. She read that right the way through, Graham.
Yep, so there it's, and now she may be, she's holding her shoulder, but I think just adjusting her chest protector there as we can see her. Is she doubled over in pain? Can't really tell. But, you know, that was the difference from the first period. It was 2 shots from a long ways out that she couldn't see. Now, there's a shot from a long way out that she did see. Caught her up high, though. And remember, we were saying, we talked about her before the game, Chloe Marshall, a very capable netminder in her own right. Staying on the bench for now as all the Lakers are around. And it looks like she'll be okay to continue. But I think that one caught her right around the collarbone. Goaltender's so well protected, but it doesn't look like Sandquist is wearing the old school dangler right now.
Again, the shots that are fired here at a national championship, you can hear them. They're so loud. Now a chance. Nipissing gathering speed, bringing it in behind the net of Alice Filbert. Maggie McKee also saying volume will be needed on McKee, and that's for sure. They'll need to start moving on those shots. Stingers again. Defending that one by Boyer. And Nipissing. Madison Demaray now. Settling it back to Allison Hayhurst, their captain. And here's a chance, getting in close. It's a bit wide, but one of the better looks, Madison Stitt, driving up Main Street there. Back behind the net. And no one set up in the slot to tip it in. As again we go back, Lana Duryea trying to get on the Stingers here as they just look to clear the puck. Concordia knowing they need to manage this 2-0 lead against a team like the Lakers. The seeds are really deceiving truly in the Nationals competition. Anything can happen. It's a 1 game and you're out of the championship. Shot, and it goes up high. And the Lakers were patient there. Patient, and it nearly paid off, Graham.
Yeah, that was about a minute of zone time, and it ended up in being a really good scoring opportunity, but can't quite get it on goal. And then Filbert eventually freezes it. But that's what it's going to be for Nipissing. It's just about stringing together a couple of positive shifts, and it's about getting the next goal, I think, because, you know, it's still early, but Concordia up by 3 with this crowd and what they've done this season. I'm not feeling too good if I'm the Lakers if I'm down by 3, but if they can hang around, even keep it at this scoreline heading into the 3rd period, there's no reason for them to feel like they're out of this game.
And now Concordia going back the other way, a little too fast for Gilbert. So McKee clearing it out, rink wide pass. Now firing it down again, just a tad wide, but then quick to collect it, McKee. Both teams know how to use their speed. Now over on the far side. Settling it down yet again, Concordia. Justine Yell trying to feed that through the center. Caroline Moquet. Joubert, Hale keeping it in from the point. And Lavoie with a quick speed change as Nipissing looks to keep it away, and they do so very fast now. Moving up the ice, quick little drop pass shot, and that's read by Filbert.
I will say this for the Lakers, I feel like there's almost a psychological bit in it as well, and that, look, Concordia shut them out last season. They shut everyone out last season. They shut them out through a period and a bit here. You get the feeling that if they get one, it's going to kind of almost be, okay, well, we can get a goal on this team, and anyone can get a goal on this team. And you almost have the feeling that if they get one, they're going to get two. But that's to say that Concordia doesn't get another one or two or three before they can get that second goal or that first goal.
Well, we saw how St. FX was able to get rolling late in the third to take that game into overtime just before this one. And right in front, there's the goal. What we've been talking about, the momentum changer potentially for the Nipissing Lakers, and they celebrate a team moment, the patience paying off.
And Concordia left scratching their heads as Desmarais is off to celebrate the goal. I had no idea what happened there. It just bounced up. It looked like Philbert got it with her blocker, and then somehow it ends up behind her. Emmy Fecteau left without a stick. That angle's not going to tell us a whole lot.
Yeah, she thought Emmy Fecteau was trying to block that, essentially what was happening, and then, of course, Philbert falling on top of the stick.
But
what a moment.
That's what we were just saying. Sometimes it just takes the one, and now almost that monkey's off your back of, okay, we know we can score on them. It's not like they're going to keep another shutout in the U Sports Championship.
And now Stingers want to respond, and Sandquist denies them that one. What an effort, though, by Justine Yell, just deciding to bring that puck all the way to the net.
Yeah, you could argue that's the biggest save of the season so far for Sandquist.
And by the way, that goal from Nipissing, courtesy of two Madisons. We have Madison Desmarais, of course, getting the goal, but assisted by Madison Stitt.
But I think that save from Sandquist might be the biggest one of the season.
Yeah.
You look at the momentum. If Concordia goes right down the middle of the ice and scores another one on a break, oh my goodness, that's really hard to come back from Nipissing. But they hang on. They get a timely save from their netminder, and they're still just down by one.
And now Chomiak connecting here, McKee. Again, McKee boldly calling a goal coming in the second from the Lakers. She believed in that, and it was delivered by her teammate Madison Desmarais. And Philbert will make the save there. Just a quick update, by the way, on those shots on goal. Shots on goal favoring Concordia at this time, 15-7. Face-offs won also going the way of the Stingers so far, 17-10. And again, what else to say is that the Lakers were able to put that together even strength, whereas Concordia's two goals, both on the power play in the first period. And now Domenico will settle it back.
And if I'm Nipissing and Darren Turcotte, I'd almost say, you know, get back to the little chippy hockey that they were playing throughout the season, especially Concordia just had their way in the first period. And after that break from Fecteau, where she had no stick and she was soccering it up the ice, it was almost like they were having a bit too much fun. So you have to do something to throw them off, and they got the goal to do just that.
And that'll be whistled down there. And this is not the only championship happening this weekend. Canada's best university men's hockey teams are in Charlottetown. Hey, that's where the women were last year for the 2023 Cavendish Farms University Cup Championship. Catch every second of the exciting action beginning on CBC Gem, cbcsports.ca, and the CBC Sports app. We're going to have a neutral zone face-off to get things back in play again. Concordia coming into the second period with a 2-0 lead, and Nipissing able to chip away with a goal from Madison Desmarais. And now just trying to set up some moves here. Concordia knows they're good in transition, but they're trying to take it from start to finish. And Richard unable to keep the puck away there from the Lakers as Maria Domenico finds the puck towards the wall. Now it's loose, skimming close. That'll be Camille Richard. Again, the Lakers adding in that pressure. If the ice was tilted the other way, here's a chance. Oh, but that wraparound stopped quick. Just as quick, headed back the other way. It's 1-on-1, 1-on-2 here. Little drop pass, but teammate did not see that as the bench shifts lines there. And it's so loud in this building right now. We're in Sepsim in Montreal. Not the home of the Stingers, but it sure feels like it today. A healthy crowd here. Of course, not having to travel as far as the Nipissing Lakers. Now Drapeau trying to work the puck, and crowd wanting a penalty, but it'll play on. The officials keeping an eye on things, and solid defense provided there by Nipissing. Stop that scoring chance. They'll just toss it towards the net of Alice Filbert. Maggie McKee coming in quick. On the line there with Domenico. And again, puck loose. Those board battles freeing some opportunities here. Domenico again, Mallory this time, the younger Domenico.
And I really couldn't pick a winner thus far halfway through this second period. I think it's been very even. Yes, Nipissing has the goal, but Concordia's had a couple of really good chances. It's been very, very even in the second 20 minutes.
Now LeBurge coming in, driving back behind the net. Steering the puck towards the near corner. Oh, and if that had connected, could have been something there, but Kosak will look, and of course no icing called. Meeting the puck back behind the net of Sandquist. Now Lana Duryea going in quick, coming up on Stinger's defense though. I'll slow him down. Caroline Moquin, Joubert to Justiniel. And now Neff for the Lakers. Moving the puck well, sharing it, Laberge. Looking for that pass over to Neff. Now Neff has it. Getting in close, but the net is knocked off and it'll get waved there.
Oh, actually a penalty coming. They're sending
Neff to the bench. I believe it's Neff.
Yeah,
1 second, yes.
For interference, maybe.
Yeah, MNF, yeah.
Maybe on that play she set a bit of a pick, and that's why her teammate had so much space to cut to the goal. But I was just to make a comment that the officials were really letting them play in this second period, but now Nipissing goes back to the box. And remember, this is where they got into trouble in the first period. It was on the PK. They weren't able to block shots. In their effort to block shots, they screened their own netminder, and it resulted in 2 goals.
Yeah, and Captain Allison Hayhurst just hearing what that decision was to take it to the bench. But it will be, as Graham just said, another power play for Concordia, and they were so successful. 2 of their 3 chances before this. And here they go again. Emmy Fecteau out for Concordia. Up to Filbert. Filbert holding it down. Looking for that pass. Filbert, Béjancier as well. And what a deflection there. What a block by Nipissing.
Yeah, that was Ashley Tasiak who got in the way. Really hard-nosed penalty killer, underrated player, someone who could really come into their own the next little bit.
And here's Filbert, she'll fire it. It goes high this time, just to slow it down. By the way, time on the power play clock here is 1:37.
Yep, and Emmy Fecteau is going to step in to take this draw, and she was so good with the Canadian Fichu team a couple of months ago down in upstate New York, and she was wearing number 29, and she was the captain. You know, you're wearing the Team Canada jersey with number 29, no pressure. And she actually got a call from the number 29, Marie-Philippe Poulin, before the tournament, just to wish her well wearing the C for Canada.
Filbert now looking for some space there. That gets lost in the skates of Jessimo Drapeau. Right in front of the net, and it's stopped twice! Chantal Sandquist. Béjancier will set it up again. 1:18 to go here on the Stingers power play. A big one, ripped off, and it bounces off the skate there of one of their own. Again, setting up right in front of the net. Lucky bounce for the Lakers as they just look to clear it, and they do. A moment to breathe.
If I'm Concordia, I'm worried because now Sandquist is playing out of her mind. This is exactly how she was playing in the McCaw Cup final when she almost single-handedly dragged the Lakers to victory. If I'm Concordia, I'm worried about maybe getting goalied here.
Now Amélie Lavoie will settle it down. 43 seconds to go on the Stingers power play. Setting up again. Lakers, pressure on that defense here. Veillette. Over to Béjancier, big shot, and right in front, saved again by Sandquist. I mean, you're facing the best power play in the RESQ.
The chances for Concordia in the second period have actually been better than the chances they had in the first period. And they scored 2 goals in the first period, haven't scored any here in the second.
Gonna have another look at that there, Graham.
This is a couple of the in-close saves by Sandquist. She's one of the, they call them full right goaltenders, so she actually catches with her right hand, which is quite rare. And in that case, it really worked out for her. She got that glove on the in-tight opportunity.
Now Stingers again, 20 seconds left on the player advantage here. Setting up, going so big one, fired off, it's saved stick side by Sandquist. Locked in, dialed in here. But Gendreau was looking for that pass to Audrienne Boyer. Now Veillette slow it down, and that's it. An effective PK, and in fact, just a few more seconds there to get out on the ice, even strength, and it'll be whistled down.
Yeah, and now someone else is going to the box. Boarding, so it looks like, oh boy, Nipissing going right back to the PK.
And that's exactly what they were hoping to avoid. Kara Den Hode drawing that, or getting that penalty rather. So right after a successful PK, they're back at it short-handed, putting that pressure again on Sandquist.
And Darren Turcotte really not happy on the Lakers bench right now, and I don't blame him, as his team's been taking a couple of penalties here, but then there you can see the Stingers crowd obviously happy with it, but you know, we're gonna have to see some more good killing here from Nipissing, and Sandquist will have to be just as solid as she was on the previous man advantage, because Concordia, to their credit, looked very, very good, just couldn't beat a very good netminder.
Yeah, and when you get that momentum going, I mean, these players have been out on the ice for a while now. Fecteau will take the draw yet again, flanked by Bégensier and Moquin-Joubert. Leonie Philbert just dropping back here as Desmarais puts on the speed for Nipissing and just as quickly bounces back. Getting in close, skating off now. Again, 5-on-4 once again for the Stingers. Back-to-back power plays. 1:35 to go. As Nipissing defends in the near corner. Back to Leonie Philbert. Digs it out. Looks for Bégensier getting in close. Bégensier forced behind Joubert as well, helping out. Now Philbert. Looking for some space, and Nipissing will take it. In fact, forcing Alice Philbert to play the puck, even make a save there. A minute even left in this Concordia power play. Again, back to back. What a moment there.
Can't tell if that deflected off of Chomiak, who's in the zone, or Concordia. Not assuming Concordia player, but Philbert doing well to make the stop, always aware in her goal.
Boyer now with the puck, carrying it up. Looking for Lavoie. Lavoie with a nice little movement around Cossack, rather. And now Veillette along the line. 24 seconds to go here on the player advantage. Settling in, looking for that big shot. They'll just try to bounce it back there. And now another chance for Concordia, 11 seconds to go. They've got bodies in front. Sandquist beat by the Stingers for their third of the game.
Now that's interesting because Sandquist's net was off. It was off when the puck went in, and we saw that happen to Nipissing earlier, but this time the officials decide to let it stand, as was a seemingly harmless backhand opportunity for Boyer, the transfer from UConn, who's been just dynamite for the Stingers this year. And now the officials are going to talk about it. I'd love to get another look at this to see when the net went off.
Here's a quick peek, but it's hard to tell for sure.
Well, it's off right now. It was off when it went in. And, you know, well, this will be a great angle for it. Oh, no, it looks like that one went in before the net went off, so a good call by the officials. They were right on the scene. They had the best angle, and they made the correct call, and it'll be a 3-1 lead for Concordia, a timely goal for the Stingers.
And after Sandquist stood tall in that first PK again, Maggie McKee said so heading into this second period in her interview with Isabelle Germain, that we got to stay out of the penalty box, and guess what? It cost them once again, as their lines just generated that offense. We'll see what the determination is here, the officials.
It'll stand, but because as we said, I mean, the official was right there. It looked like the net got knocked off as the puck was going in. So I'd have to say that's the correct call, and Concordia rightfully ahead by 2.
And that goal number 3 scored by Alexandrienne Boyer, assisted by Emilie Lavoie and Megan Bureau-Gagnon. And so we'll just have a moment to breathe here. Of course, he had the momentum going for the Lakers after that first goal, but Concordia having a chance to just continue running those power play units. Sandquist has been incredible so far. We can't discount her play in this. Shots on goal favoring Concordia. It's more than double right now, Graham, 21-10. They've just had the volume the Lakers know they need to try to get more by Alice Filbert. Although again, their goal is the lone one scored at even strength.
Yeah, and that's been the difference. It's been the man advantage. It's been the power play. And well, right now, I believe, what is it? They're firing at 50%. That'll serve you well in any hockey game.
Face-offs also going the way of the Stars right now, 21-13. Nipissing Lakers still have plenty of hockey to go, but just 5:54 left here in the second period as Maria Domenico steps in to take this face-off for Nipissing. And now back behind the goal line as the Lakers set up. And it just gets intercepted that time by Concordia, and then return to sender, if you will, from the blue line. Drapeau trying to keep it in. I didn't catch where that puck flew.
Now it looks like Darren Turcotte has it, and Turk's going to get it back in there as he chucks it into the chucks it right across the ice, actually.
I don't think that was not intentional, folks.
But in any case, Nipissing has to keep things close here, at least to close out this second period. They cannot let Concordia get a 3-goal lead.
And Durier taking that neutral zone draw. Now Domenico has it. She'll fire it up. It's a little high, so it'll catch the glass. Actually, just the net there. Again, Nipissing trying different angles out on Alice Filbert. And mention another Filbert, of course, Leonie. And what's impressive about Leonie is she actually switched to defense just last season, didn't play many games due to injury, and has really shone in that role this year. Now the Lakers again. Oh, the body's in the way, and Filbert just hunkered down, read that all the way through the traffic.
And Leonie Filbert of the Dawson College Blues program that produced so many great players over the years. Gabrielle Davidson for McGill, Marie-Philippe Poulin, another one.
Yeah.
And it just seems like it's a real pipeline. Alex Nikolodakis, another one who just finished up her Stingers career a few years ago, who was really good coming out of that Dawson College program. Erica Starnino, you can go down the list. There's been so many great players who have come out of that program to make an impact in youth sports and at the international level.
And an icing call just to bring us all back into the Stinger zone. If you're just joining us, I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Graham Naismith, calling this fourth and final quarterfinal here to determine who will face the number 2 seed, the UBC Thunderbirds. Will it be the 3rd ranked Concordia Stingers or the 6th seed Nipissing Lakers?
And a penalty right off the hops, so will Nipissing be able to use it with this interference call?
A chance now to see if they can get going on specials. Of course, their lone goal coming in at even strength. And Graham, you had just said if they can keep Concordia at bay where they are right now, it's certainly going to be a more powerful final 20 for them. And here's a chance.
And Nipissing's power play struggled at times this season, only firing at 12%. It's going to have to be better than that if they want to really make an impact at this U Sports National Championship. And that's Emmy Fecteau getting down there in a hurry to force a stoppage.
Yeah, now we're going to have a defensive zone draw for Nipissing. They're 0 for 2 so far on the power play, so this is their 3rd chance with the player advantage, while Concordia is now 3 for 5. And the crowd here, we talked about it, does have a bit of a hometown feel. Of course, Concordia based out of Montreal. We are at the University of Montreal, though, so a familiar barn, of course, for the Stingers. They play here multiple times in a regular season. The RESQ having fewer opponents than some of the other divisions, the other conferences, I should say. Domenico firing it in from the blue line, and now the action behind the net. Unable to keep it in, though, is Mallory. A minute 28 to go here on this Nipissing power play. They're going slow and steady, it seems, or at least setting things up here. Maggie McKee now. Oh, she was looking for a centering feeder. Limey didn't quite get it there. Now Maria Domenico. Stingers again, they're short-handed and getting in close. Taking sticks away. Boulanger, Alexandre Boulanger out there on the penalty kill for Concordia. And the crowd, of course, getting loud because right now Nipissing is on the power play. And they're setting up again. Looking for all kinds of room is Allison Hayhurst, their captain. Trying to set up, create that motion and disruption. Back along the near side boards, though. 30 seconds even left to go here. Desmarais will fire it back. Stingers again blocking at that one, Sandrine Veillette. And the Lakers again setting up. Emma Thomas trying to find Neff and kept in there. Final 10 seconds to go. The Lakers trying to find their feet, but the Stingers again disrupting any effort there with the player advantage. And Mallory Domenico this time come in and weaving through all as the Stingers make the steal. No one ahead, 2:50 to go here in the second period. A busy one nonetheless with goals scored, and now Lavoie cutting in close, puck loose behind the net. Kosek taking a big hit, keeping it in, and again right in front of Sanquist, she'll cover it up, bodies flying. What an effort though, as the Stingers just bring it all to the net. Zoe Thibault even ending up on her stomach. You'll see it again.
Yep, they just go hard to the goal, and it was actually Olivia Hale backdoor. Don't know if she was trying to pass it back across, but it ended up being a pretty good play to get it back to Zoe Thibault, but she was tied up by a Laker coming back hard, and that stopped the scoring chance.
Emmy Fecteau with the face-off for the Stingers, and there's Captain Hale. Again, right in front of the net. That one a bit high for Drapeau. She was set up exactly where she needed to be. I think that one may have touched glove, and now another shot. Fecteau saved, but it's whistled down anyway. It's a no goal. The crowd is reacting.
Well, the net was off again, very clearly off this time, and Sanquist actually pushed it off herself to emphasize the point.
I can understand that goaltenders might be frustrated in this moment. I'm not sure if that is Sanquist. Certainly don't want to give emotions to any players, but she's working to keep herself settled and in play, and unsure of where that net is behind her. 2:13 to go here in the second period. The winner of this game carries on into the championship bracket. The defeated team heads into the consolation round. Hale from the point, it nearly trickles in, nearly gets tipped in. It's covered up by Sanquist. And again, the crowd reacting early on here, but certainly feeds into the emotion for the Stingers.
Yeah, Sanquist is having a really good game. She's probably been the best Lakers player. And that's saying something considering they've given up 3 goals. And another time there where she just sprawls across and with a last-ditch stop prevents a Stinger scoring chance.
And all 3 of those goals, she was the 5th player, right? I mean, they were shorthanded, and that's how it goes. Concordia still out shooting Nipissing right now, 24-11. Tasiak switching out with Desmarais. Will get settled here. Emmy Fecteau again taking it for the Stinger. Beja and Sears stopped by Stitt, and that one goes high. Moments out on the ice, stopping these key players. Olivia Hale, though, looking to keep it in. Shoot it down low for Beja and Sears. She gets stopped out by the Lakers. what powerful defense. We're even strength again, of course, and minute 40 now to go here in the second period. Far side action along the boards. Movement enough to keep things going. As the Lakers now, Stitt looking for a little centering feed there. Can't quite get it to Den Hode. And now getting a little physical, of course, getting too close to Alice Filbert for anyone's liking if you're on Concordia.
Yeah, but Filbert's teammates doing a good job of protecting her, and you can see there she got a bit of a snow shower, and there's Dave Singh giving an exasperated look on the Stingers bench, longtime assistant coach with the program. Key to their recruiting efforts, no doubt.
And the Lakers fire one off close to the draw, and then they look to collect it back behind the goal line. Still puck in deep here in the Stingers zone, but being played by Concordia. Maggie McKee coming in for that crucial support, along with Mallory Domenico. I can't really tell what the crowd is chanting, but either way, it's Stingers distractions.
Yeah, they're chanting, "We want Marshalls," and backup goaltender Chloe Marshall for Nipissing.
30 seconds to go here in the second period, and the Lakers trying to connect. And by the way, those chants not coming from Lakers fans, just to make that very clear. As Nipissing continues on, 15 seconds to go here. Again, they got on the board in this period, and an icing call will just slow that down with 10.7 to go, Graham.
And that should about do it for the second period, though Nipissing has to see out this defensive zone face-off. But they're ending more or less the way they started, with Concordia up by 2. And again, Nipissing just having to be a bit more disciplined. They've not because they've been taking too many penalties necessarily, but because Concordia is so good on the man advantage.
And now again, clock winding down. Stingers will look to try to get a shot off here. Just to test Sanquist one last time. They don't get it. But what a busy period here in this final quarterfinal. Just to bring you up to speed, of course, we entered the second frame here with Nipissing leading 2-0. Both of those goals on the power play. Sandrine Veillette scoring there, and the goals are just numbered here, but anyhow, so Concordia, Sandrine Veillette, assisted by Alexandrienne Boyer and Chloé Gendreau, and then Chloé Gendreau by herself for the second goal on the power play. And then Nipissing coming back in the second. Just under 6 minutes in, Madison Desmarais assisted by Madison Stitt. And then there's that power play goal to bring it back to a 3-1 lead here for Concordia. Alexandrienne Boyer getting in on that. Emily Lavoie and Megan Bureau-Gagnon. Here's a quick look at the picture. 24-11 for shots on goal. And this will be a French language interview, but it will again be summarized in English by our very own Isabelle Germain. And we are heading down now to Sandrine Veillette.
On te laisse avec Sandrine Veillette.
Sandrine Veillette, merci. Une bonne début du match pour ton équipe. Les premières 40 minutes, comment vous sentiez?
On se sentait bien. On a travaillé fort, on a mis de la pression, on a joué notre style de jeu, on a imposé notre style de jeu. Fait que je pense que c'est ça qui nous a donné du succès.
Je sais que vous n'êtes pas les hosts pour CU Sport, mais tu as une bonne foule ici. Le sport, parle de la foule aujourd'hui, comment que ça vous aide sur le banc et sur la glace?
C'est vraiment une bonne foule. On a quasiment rempli notre section. On est vraiment contents, ça nous pousse. On est content de jouer devant nos fans, puis on est vraiment content qu'ils soient là.
Sandrine, de commencer l'attaque pour ton équipe. Parle-nous donc de votre but, un bon lancer de la ligne bleue.
Oui, dans le fond, on les a regardés, leur power play, leur piqué, comment ils faisaient. Fait que là, nous, on s'est ajustés, puis on savait quoi faire, puis on a scoré 3 bons buts en power play. Là.
Sandrine, un bon début du match. On vous souhaite la bonne chance pour la 3e période.
Merci beaucoup.
We just heard now from Sandrine Veillette, but this is where we end through 40 minutes. Concordia Stingers with a 3-1 lead over the number 6 seed Nipissing Lakers. Could an upset be in the future? There's another 20 minutes still to go. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Graham Naismith, and we'll be back. You're watching the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship on CBC.
Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Every year, U Sports celebrates its best student athletes, honoring major accomplishments in each sport. Here are the nominees and the winner of the 2023 U Sports Player of the Year Award.
The nominees for the Broderick Trophy as the U Sports Outstanding Women's Hockey Player of the Year are, en nomination pour le trophée Broderick comme athlète de l'année U Sport en hockey féminin, Des sports universitaires de l'Atlantique from the AUS, Kendra Woodland, Université du Nouveau-Brunswick, UNB. Du réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Audrey-Anne Veillette, Université de Montréal, Montreal. Du sport universitaire de l'Ontario from the OUA, Leah Herford, Université de Waterloo, University of Waterloo. Et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Tatum Amy, Université Mount Royal University. La lauréate du trophée Broderick décerné à la joueuse de l'année en hockey féminin U-Sport est, the winner of the Broderick Trophy as the U-Sports Player of the Year in women's hockey is, Kendra Woodland, Université du Nouveau-Brunswick, UNB.
Kendra Woodland will be next in action with the UNB Reds in the consolation bracket. Those games get going tomorrow morning. It is a full day. Day 3 of competition, of course, is the consolation rounds. First 2 games and then into the championship semifinals, which, of course, the Concordia Stingers would like to be there right now with a 3-1 lead over the Nipissing Lakers. But still 20 minutes left to go in this thrilling quarterfinal. The final here as we get going, the final quarterfinal, that is to say. I've been saying that word so much, but thank you for joining us. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Graham Naismith, and we'll be back with more after the break. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
This season, catch the best in Atlantic University sport excitement at home or on the go with AUS TV. Soccer, rugby, football, volleyball, hockey, basketball, and more. Tune in at AUSTV.ca. All your favorite university teams showcasing their talents in one place. AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliant. They bring it to the court. They bring it to the field. They bring it to the ice. And now they bring it to you. Presented by Subway, the official fuel of Atlantic University sport.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
Welcome back to the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship, heading into the third period here of the final quarterfinal to determine fully what the semis will look like tomorrow afternoon and evening. I am Daniela Ponticelli alongside Graham Naismith, and right now officials, of course, getting their legs out on the ice as we get set here. A tough 20 minutes ahead for the Nipissing Lakers, but they got going, had good momentum, and actually open scoring in the second, just at 5:46. Madison Stitt to Madison Demaray for that first Nipissing goal, but then Concordia coming back again on the power play. They have been all specials tonight. Their first and second goals also scored on the player advantage, but the third one scored by Alexandrienne Boyer, assisted by Amélie Levroy and Megan Bureau-Gagnon. And one thing else to note is that we did have a great French language interview with Sandrine Veillette just prior to this to the intermission here, and I had a chance to catch up with Isabelle Germain on what exactly Veillette said, and it's much as you would expect, Graham. Their system is working, let's not change it, although for her goal, the very first one, they did actually make a slight adjustment. They had noticed that in the first chance, they said that the Nipissing Lakers penalty kill wasn't very aggressive, so that's why Sandrine Veillette just sort of set herself up exactly where she did to get that first goal. But that goaltender right now we're seeing on screen, Chantal Sandquist, has been tremendous. Yes, 3 goals against, but when you consider the output so far by Concordia, Graham, it's something else right now. 24 shots to 11. Face-off wins 30-16. The pressure has been on.
Yeah, they're leading in all the major categories, including on the scoreboard, as these two teams will start the third at 5-on-5.
And this is a meeting of the 3rd-ranked Concordia Stingers and the 6th-ranked Nipissing Lakers in a rematch of last year's gold medal game, in which, of course, the Lakers couldn't even get a goal past Alice Filbert, who had stayed perfect in all 3 of her nationals games out in at UPEI. And the Lakers tested early there. Sandquist taking that one. I believe Boyer fired it off, if not Drapeau as well.
Yeah, and Rosalie Bégin-Cyr was closing it down. So much to be said about Bégin-Cyr. Really a really great player, and she's been a great player throughout her 4 years with the Stingers. And she actually played at the Quebec Pee Wee tournament, the world-renowned Quebec Pee Wee tournament, on a boys team. And she actually led them in scoring back, I believe, like 2011, 2012 or so. So
not surprising at all.
Yeah, and she's been a great player throughout her time, and still has a year of eligibility left if she wants to come back.
Now Gendreau, and that was a little feed there. Sandquist read it, kept it out. Perhaps a second chance effort here. No, Stingers have to collect themselves, but again, now right in front of the net is Lavoie. Filbert, Leonie that time, catches the pad, stick side of Sandquist. Regrouping yet again. Sandquist just facing an onslaught of shots, and she's forced to cover it up. We just talked about this, Graham.
Yeah, and right out there on that play was Madison Laberge, who's originally from up in Northern Ontario, and she actually played on the Sudbury Lady Wolves a couple of seasons ago with Melissa Kingsley of the Ottawa GGs, and Melissa Kingsley sadly passing away a couple of years ago, and now up in Sudbury they hold the Melissa Kingsley, or the MK23 Memorial Tournament, and the Ottawa GGs have a scholarship in Melissa Kingsley's name, and the tournament helps raise funds for that, and that tournament goes in July. For those interested, it's run through the Women's Hockey Academy up in Sudbury, and really a good time. 2nd annual edition of it coming up this year.
Meanwhile, Concordia trying to build momentum here. Olivia Hale firing that down. Justine Niel as well on the ice. And another save by Sandquist. She's quick to cover that up, or tried to. Nearly caught out of position there. They're just swarming. They're bringing everybody right to the action. Megan Bureau-Gagnon. Well, Strathis making her presence known out on the ice as Veillette gets taken to the back boards. And that one, Boyer didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, it looks like the ice is still a bit wet there in that corner as two players, one for either side, left the puck behind. Now 2-on-1 for Concordia.
As Veillette, again, I guess she was just trying for either a sharp angle or a bit of a help in the slot. It's just such a physical game here.
Yeah, and a penalty coming up to Concordia for that, well, body check really against the boards.
Right now it's just delayed as there's an opportunity here pending possibly for Nipissing as they get in close. Looking for a soft touch to get by. Why not change the tempo? Again, a delayed penalty coming. And as Grooms was trying to work it there with Emma Thomas, but yes, this will be an opportunity now. They've been unable to capitalize so far on the player advantage. They've had 3 opportunities.
And it was a pretty physical start to this third period, so not surprising that an arm goes up within the first 3 minutes, as there were a couple of accidental on-purpose collisions that were happening there on the ice, and that one a pretty clear hit to the numbers and an obvious call for the officials.
Yeah, Brody Levitt taking a seat in the penalty box, and now Leberge trying to find some room, setting it up center, and quarterback the scout power play here. Maggie McKee as well, out with this unit, getting in close. Philbert stops it, but it's kept in. Great control by the Lakers. Regrouping here, they have the player advantage, the Stingers. Again now, a chance for Fecteau, all alone, one-on-one, and it's stopped by Sandquist. If that doesn't tell you what kind of goaltender Chantal Sandquist is, and a big on-ice collision. Gets whistled down, the official even takes the puck to the body too.
And they're gonna call Chomiak for the pick there that was set as the Lakers crossed into the neutral zone. And the officials even it up, and that power play lost it all of about 37 seconds.
And Chomiak, Caitlin Chomiak asking, how is that possible? Here's that moment again. Actually, this is the moment that Sandquist made an unbelievable save on Emmy Fecteau. Again, 2-1 is manageable if they can keep it at that. Actually, I believe it's 3-1. The in-house scoreboard has not been adjusted there. And that's a tough go for Chomiak, who really felt that one. That was for interference. And so the way that it goes right now, there's a minute 54 counting down for Chomiak, and then on the other side, a minute 13 left. So it'll be 4-on-4 hockey here, as Concordia takes possession. Alexandrienne Boyer. And now setting up for a shot in, and Sandquist makes that save yet again. Lavoie getting in close. Now a chance for Desmarais, little soft touch here. Tried to get it in, and it's swarmed once again in front of the net of Philbert. The net stays on its moorings this time. Now back of the net, and the Stingers will draw the penalty.
Yeah, so the arm's really going up, as that's a that's Domenico who's going off.
Now hard to see the number there. Yes, that's Maria Domenico, you're correct. Joining Chomiak, and this is not the situation Nipissing wants to be in, considering Concordia's 3 goals all came on the power play.
And we'll take a look at exactly what happened here. And just, you know, it's interesting, the official who was right there didn't make the call. It was the official outside of the zone who actually made the call on that play. But in any case, Domenico takes a seat.
And yes, Captain Hayhurst just having some words here, trying to figure out what is happening.
And it's too bad, because I thought, you know, Nipissing could have gotten something going on 4-on-4. You know, there's no reason to think that they couldn't, because they've got a decent amount of speed, especially if you get Domenico, who was on the ice, create an opportunity there. Actually, I think she was the beneficiary of the opportunity, where she just kind of healed the puck and didn't get all of it, and it was a nice save in any case by Philbert. But now a very busy scoreboard to our left. 42 seconds of 4-on-3, and then it'll be a 2-player advantage for just about 30 seconds.
Again, the Lakers, they knew that they have to stay out of the penalty box. They did a better job in the second period. But now the Stingers can just warm up. They're going to take another shot on Sandquist. She makes a great save. Back in again, it's 4-on-3 right now, the way the penalties have shuffled about. That one could have touched net from Philbert. The Lakers bat it down. That's the best they can do right now, just to get some fresh legs out on the ice. 10 seconds left now on this 4-on-3 situation. It's going to be 5-on-3 very soon. And then at most it'll be 5-on-3 for 37 seconds here. The countdown begins for Lakers fans as they try to keep their team alive. Another shot and it touches net. Emmy Fecteau gets the goal she's been waiting for. And the crowd, of course, loves it here as we're in Montreal, not in their home barn, but Concordia fans far outnumbering everyone else in the building tonight.
Yeah, that was a fantastic shot from Fecteau. She had too much time, but that's the situation when it's 4-on-3. Just allowed to walk in, rips it into the top corner. Again, not entirely convinced that Sandquist saw a whole lot of that shot. Good angle here. Yeah, it kind of makes it through a maze of bodies and up around her ears. Really tough shot to stop for a goaltender.
Yeah, the traffic was in the right place. So now what that does is it gives us a minute exactly left of 5-on-4 for the Stingers. Again, that's the way it's shaken out. Every single one of their goals on the power play. And they're still here now with the player advantage. Lavoie looking for that feed, and again, the traffic, this time it pays off as the Nipissing Lakers try to get it out, but Lavoie right there with the touch, and Chloé Gendreau as well on the ice. 35 seconds to go here. And so Jessie Drapeau is credited in-house for the assist, but Concordia's Emmy Fecteau putting goal number 4 on the board for Concordia. They are the higher seed. They're proving some dominance here right now. Chomiak getting called offside for that, and Nipissing as well, feeling the emotions.
Looks like they're actually calling a hand pass there, which Chomiak did not agree with, which in any case, it does take the draw out of the zone, so essentially an offside for all intents and purposes. But, you know, Nipissing, I think the officials in their heads a bit now, as they're discouraged. They're down by 3, and Concordia showing no signs of letting off the gas.
Well, despite that stoppage, I was just about to say 14 seconds left here for a 5-on-4 situation for Concordia. Again, their power play numbers right now, 4 for 7, and this is their 8th opportunity. The crowd, by the way, there are touches of green. Of course, Nipissing Lakers fans who are here, they travel, came all the way from North Bay.
And there's also the St. Patrick's themed paraphernalia worn by the gentleman who will be on screen shortly there off to the left. And I believe they're members of the Concordia football team, if I'm not mistaken.
And now a chance for Nipissing. They get warmed up. As we're back to even strength, it feels like it's been a while since we've said that. Nipissing with a big shot off. Oh, and it's just a little too wide. Domenico with a sharp angle. That was Mallory. And Philbert will dive to cover it up. We know these two teams, they play physical. We're going to see that moment yet again, how close the Lakers were. Great chance here for the number 6 seed.
Yeah, and that one just goes wide, not really able to get it on goal. There was quite a few bodies in front who might have blocked it. And Concordia wondering why there wasn't another penalty there for a shot after the, or a push, I should say, after the whistle.
They've had plenty of opportunities here now down the middle. Almost looked like it would have gone right in. Caitlin Chomiak. Concordia pulling their goaltender. Another delayed penalty coming against the Nipissing Lakers. It feels like the hole is just being dug deeper on a team that haven't had a chance to get going with even strength numbers here, Graham.
Well, certainly in this third period they haven't. They had a couple of stretches in the second period and even the latter half of the first period, but the parade to the penalty box continues here for the Lakers, and down by 3, that's not really going to help their comeback attempt, and Concordia going right back there with their top power play unit centered by Fecteau, who got the most recent Stingers goal.
But the puck is loose and sliding right on over into the Stingers side. 1:50 left now on this Concordia power play. We'll get those numbers to you. I'm trying to keep track in my head just how many opportunities they've had. Fecteau again will try to take on Sandquist, but it goes high.
Yeah. Taking a look down at the fans below, I'm trying to spot Les Lawton, the longtime Concordia head coach, who is at every Stingers game, and really an eye in the sky for this coaching staff. He was the head coach, really built this program, and then suffered a very serious stroke in about 2016, and really had to learn how to walk and talk again. And but he's showing some excellent resolve and resiliency, and he's back helping this team, and he's a great character to have around the program.
And the Stingers now just trying to get going. Lakers able to shut it down, or try to anyway. Again, it's shorthanded time for Nipissing, getting in far too close for Sandquist's liking. And again, another shot. It's just a continued pressure here as they go. Adrien Boyer getting that last shot off there. But Graham, this tells a bit of the story. Concordia, 31 shots on goal compared to 12 the other way. Sandquist has been kept busy, and she's growing as well in this moment, her first taste of the national stage here.
And it was a reckless play by Nipissing, trying to stick handle it out of the zone when they're down a player, and Concordia nearly makes them pay.
Now Lavoie looking for some soft touches. They have time to play here, 1:05 left on this power play right in front of the net. Bonjour, Bureau Gagnon out there too, Lavoie. But the Lakers, again, shorthanded. They just want to get this puck out of their zone for a bit. Put in a lot of minutes here on the PK. Maria Domenico, one of their veterans. She'll take it. Now, shorthanded chance. Domenico, and she gets by one. She slips. It's incidental. Boyer bounces back up as well. Lavoie moving quick. 5 on 4 here for 28 more minutes at most, but nearly stopped. Sandquist with a great save.
And now the net's off, but how did that one not go? It somehow went right through the blue paint and back out the other end, as it was a really smooth move and smooth play into the zone for the Stingers, something they've definitely worked on at the practice ice at the Ed Mahar Arena. We'll hopefully get another look at it here. Yeah, so look at this with Lavoie playing it back. Across it goes, and that's textbook, but somehow Drapeau, I think, gets it under Sandquist and then out the other side.
And once again, we find ourselves having to adjust the net here at Sepsum, the University of Montreal. I am Daniela Ponticelli, calling this game alongside Graham Naismith. It's been an absolute treat. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been a fantastic day 2 of quarterfinal action. The winner earlier took a game to overtime, but UBC reigned supreme 3-2 over the Saint FX X-Women. Now Leonie Philbert looking for a little tip in, and again, the net is knocked off. This is a problem. I'll just say it. I mean, it's one of those things, like, you want to keep going, you want to keep the momentum building. There's 15 seconds left right now on a Concordia power play, and that momentum as well going for the kill too, because they're getting set up, they're making their reads. I'm just trying to get some numbers here.
Yeah, and as we said earlier, those nets, they're not drilled into the ice, they're sitting on top of the ice. And a lot of, well, I think the industry standard is that, you know, the pegs are into the ice. So goaltenders, when they practice, when they play, you know, they really push off the post and they push into the post. So here, whenever you're pushing off or pushing in, you're knocking the net off, or you're hitting a net that's essentially just sitting on the ice. So of course it's going to go off, and I mean, it's the same for both nets.
And now another chance. Wow, fired up high by Drapeau. Bejancier as well out there. Back to Drapeau. And another big shot. That one stick saved by Sandquist. And we're back to even strength. Just over 11 minutes left here in regulation. Nipissing trying to mount this comeback. They're able to get 1 goal in the second past Alice Philbert. They've had fewer chances, though, compared to the Stingers, who once again had that pressure in. A little soft back pass there. His bodies getting caught on one another, and will there be a penalty? No, it'll just be whistled down. I'm trying to get the numbers here, but go ahead.
Yeah, and just heading onto the ice here, not sure if she wants to go on the ice or not. There she goes. There's a Alex Boulanger, very interesting story. She's actually in her 30s, born in 1989. And you talk about using all of your eligibility. She's certainly one who has. Her first season of university hockey was in 2008-2009 with the SMU Huskies. And then she took about a decade off, came back to join the Montreal Carabins for the 2017-18 season, then transferred to Concordia, sat out a couple of years, now playing her 5th year on paper, but really, I guess it's her 6th or 7th year. And if you go all the way back...
All right, Nipissing with a chance. Oh, and that was Philbert with a quick glance save.
And if you go all the way back, it's like 14 years in the business for Alex Boulanger, who's really a leader on the Stingers.
Stitt now for the Lakers, trying to fire one down deep. Does get it, I believe that's Tasiak. Yes, it is. Down deep. Time is on the Stingers' side right now, but there's still plenty left. Lakers building here. Little soft pass to Neff. Neff trying to find Stitt. Stitt will bring it back to Tessa Kosick. And now fired up. Oh, it just skims by. Traffic was well in the way there. Again, the distractions are in place, trying to offset Alice Philbert. And at least get some scoring chances going here for the Lakers. Down 3 now in the 3rd period. All 4 of those Concordia goals coming on the power play. And Neff, a little drop back to Duryea. Duryea getting stopped by Stathis. And the puck goes skimming back into Nipissing territory. By the way, shots on goal heavily tilted to Concordia, 32-12 at this time. And so the Lakers just collecting themselves back behind their own net. The aggressive forechecking, though, of the Stingers will continue. As they settle back, Rachel McIntyre now looking for Boyer. It's LeBerge creating some pressure there. Zach trying to get in as well for the Lakers. Unfortunately, they're able to keep the momentum going and not cover up the puck. McIntyre nearly getting it by O'Key, and does. McKee, rather, getting back in there. Now Zach settling it down. And it'll be whistled. 8:21 left on the clock to go here, Graham. What do the Lakers need to do right now?
I mean, it's an uphill battle. I guess the message can be it starts with 1, but they really have to be lethal with their chances here because they haven't generated a ton of chances. Anything that they get towards the goal almost has to go in the goal, and they really can't be affording to put the pucks wide. They have to get them on goal, have to test Philbert, who's had a pretty calm day in goal, all things considered.
Yeah, she's faced 12 shots, allowed 1 goal so far. Meanwhile, Chantal Sandquist facing 32 shots, and here come the Stingers again right in front, nearly connect the post. Once again, popped off, so we'll have another stoppage here. If you're just joining us, this is the 4th quarter final. Graham, let's do a quick run through. We know the MRU Cougars will take on the UNB Reds. So that is the number 8 seed taking on I got that. Yes, thank you for the head shake there. The Montreal Carabins, of course, they were the upset winners there yesterday, the hosts. So the number 5 seed, and then earlier today, the number 2 seed, the UBC Thunderbirds, take on the winner of this game. The Stingers took it all last year. They're the defending champs. This is a rematch of that gold medal game. The way the seedings played out, number 6, Nipissing Lakers from North Bay, Ontario, a proud team. You know there's plenty of fans watching back home, and if you're tuning in, your team has been giving all their heart here. And there's still time getting in so close to Philbert, but just as quickly the Stingers steal it. And Leonie Philbert will just dump it down deep. Quickly change out. Lavoie now out on the ice. And the Lakers setting up from down deep in their own end. Thomas has been tremendous so far. That one intercepted. Now Gendreau looking for a soft touch. And Sandquist will cover it up. Again, Sandquist, we talk about the number of shots, but that means her saves just keep racking up, number 29 on the night.
Yeah, and you wonder if she might get consideration for player of the game, because it's tough. I mean, that's not a terrific save percentage, but you look at the timeliness of some of the saves and really how drastically different the shot total is. I think if Chantal Sandquist gets the player of the game, there's not going to be too many folks out there shaking their heads saying, oh, why her?
Well, we saw the St. FX goaltender get that nod. Jamie Johnson just in the quarterfinal before this. St. FX now relegated into the consolation bracket, which is where the defeated teams go. And they will open the day tomorrow. I'll break that all down in a moment, but right now still 6:50 to go in this game. And Chomiak looking to get things clicking here for Nipissing.
Sandquist is out of the goal right now.
They've pulled the goaltender early. Why not get that sixth attacker out on the ice? But then be careful, as the Stingers will shoot. Unsure now if there's a penalty called on that.
No, it was a bit of a ricochet and it ended up being offside. But I like this call. I like this call from Nipissing. You may as well, right? Why would you hang on to lose by 3? You may as well try, get the 6-on-5, maybe disrupt Concordia a bit. Hey, you nick one. Well, let's see where it goes. I don't mind this call at all. Coaching staff really going for it.
Exactly.
Now Sandquist is back in the goal, however.
Yeah, they've decided to just reset that here, neutral zone. I agree with you, Graham. I mean, if you're going to be bold, you might as well do it when you have time to mount that comeback. Right now, 6:27 left to go here. They are down 3, but the Lakers are certainly not out of the mix. They are such a fun group to watch, dominant through their playoffs in the OUA. Only had to play 5 playoff games to get here. They're able to sweep some rounds and then unfortunately dropped it in the Macaw Cup final to the Toronto Varsity Blues, also relegated, by the way, to the consolation bracket. And they were the top seed. They were toppled first up here in the quarterfinals. And Concordia will just keep it back down deep.
And the top seed was always going to go to one of 2 teams, UBC or Toronto. And UBC was really pushed today by St. FX.
Just shows you Tasiak trying to fire one off on Philbert. And she's stopped by the Stingers defense. Stitt now carrying it on, trying to get in close, does. Right in front of the net, oh, and just could not connect there. Nipissing having some really tough moments to handle here. They're a very hardy group. MNF trying to help out there. Concordia now, here's a chance getting in close. And she stopped, almost a dead stop there by Girard. Or rather, Camille Richard. As we approach the final 5 minutes here, Nipissing firing at one off, and Maria Domenico getting in the mix. Her sister Mallory now also out on the ice. And that pass up to Duryea, just a little deeper than intended. And so the Stingers, they get to play out the clock if they'd like. Of course, that's not the way they'd want to play this, but they have that advantage at this time.
Yeah, and Sandquist to the bench once more, 6-on-5.
Great eagle eye from Graham Naismith. Keeping an eye on that. So there is an empty net over on the Lakers side, and the crowd on Concordia's side, just the way things go being from Montreal. So a board battle. Yes, I figured it would be whistled down. We'll see if Sandquist will stay out of net. I believe they will.
Yeah, with the offensive zone draw, I'm pretty sure she'll stay on the bench. And you may as well throw your big guns out there if you're Nipissing. And they're debating whether they leave the Domenicos out there. It looks like Maria's heading off, and Mallory is peeling off to stay on.
And now they have an empty net, but 6 attackers out there, and they'll fire one off. Again, it catches the bodies in front of Philbert. That's why the shots on goal are skewed the way they are. It's not that there haven't been some good looks. Now Desmarais, again that empty net. Nipissing able to keep control here. But a loose puck, and McKee is trying to get on it. Sandrine Veillette has it now. 6 on 5, 3:50 to go here. As the Lakers know they've got to pull something out to get past the Stingers. It's not a quite one and done situation, but it is if you're trying to get into the championship bracket and earn a medal for your efforts here. The Lakers, silver medalists from last year. Concordia, the defending champs. Now, Tasiuk getting close. Again, Veillette with that persistent check. Domenico settling it down. And now the Lakers again. LeBerge trying to create some space. Thomas waiting for it, but he'll get sent the other way. Setting up, shot. Oh, catches the backboard. And trying to wrap around. Emma Thomas doing so much work there for the Lakers on that effort.
Yeah, with that rebound off the backboard, so that's a right-handed shot. I think that may be a goal, but Thomas is a left-handed shot, so didn't have the angle, had to take it around the goal. Not a bad decision, just wasn't able to jam it in as the whistle goes.
Yeah, that board battle just getting a little too sticky. Emmy Fecteau in there for the Stingers. You can feel the energy in the building. Of course, the Concordia fans are happy, but even they're taking this moment seriously. There's 2:53 to go. Right now, Concordia does have a 3-1 lead and a timely timeout, Graham.
Yeah, Nipissing deciding to take the timeout, and they're giving it a good go here. They're going to battle right to the end, and certainly the odds not in their favor here. Down by 3 with 3 to go. But they're going to give it their all, and more power to them for doing so.
Expect nothing less from any of these championship teams. And I mean, they were OUA finalists, but that game is decided in one game. It's much like this championship. If you're unable to get past the first round, you end up in the consolation.
And also the benefit of this timeout is Nipissing gets to keep their top players out there, because the top players were just out. They were out for an awful long time. They could make a switch, but instead, with the benefit of the timeout, they get to keep the Dominicos out there as well as Maggie McKee.
Yeah, that's what they'd like. They want to, of course, get things to 4-2. That's a manageable way to chip away.
Yeah, they've got 5 forwards and only 1 defender out there, and that's the defender on it right now, LeBerge.
All right, they're going offense heavy. They know they need to score. They need to score fast. It's 6 on 5, empty net the other way. And the Stingers now stick handling it, and they'll just shoot towards the net if they have a chance. Lavoie. And here we go. Thibault, she misses. A lucky get there for the Lakers as they now continue on 6 on 5. Less than 2.5 to go here, though. The whole crowd feeling that moment. As Thibault came in close. It's so tough, though, with those empty nets because there's a lot of pressure on you. You think it's wide open. And now, Nipissing coming in quick. Little drop pass there from Domenico to switch things up instead of just trying to take it right to Alice Filbert. Now 2 minutes to go, still 6 on 5. Plenty of empty net time here. The other Domenico trying to get a sharp angle. She gets stopped. And the Stingers will take it back the other way. Montcalm-Joubert, will she get the empty netter? Yes, she'll just tuck it in herself, not taking any risks on that one. That's heartbreaking for Nipissing as LeBerge fought for it all the way into that zone, and Sandquist will just give her a moment and a I see you, teammate. You've done all you can right now.
A valiant effort by Nipissing, to be sure, but the Stingers ultimately a bit too much. I think they're worthy winners of this game. Is the score indicative of the game? That you could debate that. It depends what eyes you're looking through, but I think Concordia worthy of moving on to the semifinal to play UBC. That's gonna be a really good semifinal. That should be an interesting one.
And Nipissing as well, just getting really physical. And this game has been so tough on both sides, truly, in that way. Final minute and a half here. Yeah, Montcalm-Joubert, of course, getting that empty netter and taking her time, taking it right to the net as well to put it away for their 5th goal. And really the only goal where there were 5, or rather no, the player advantage was actually to Nipissing, and now a penalty in these final moments here.
Yeah, so as we look forward, the two Quebec schools, so it's going to be two Quebec schools and two Canada West schools in the semifinals on the champion side of the bracket, I guess you could say, on the medal round side of the bracket. And the two Canada West schools really had to work for it. It was a very tight game between MRU and U of T, and of course the overtime game earlier today between UBC and Saint FX, whereas the two Quebec schools, the scoreboard would indicate that they had an easier time of it. They certainly didn't waltz to victories, but they definitely had an easier time of it in their respective games against the Ontario schools.
And now we're in the last minute of play, and Philbert Leoni having a much back to the battle here, and Nipissing will just pot it away. Now, I certainly hear what you're saying, Graham, when it comes to that, and there's certainly many ways to look at it if you've been battle tested here. And the Stingers, of course, can just lay booms. And so Nipissing will retaliate and get caught for it as it is.
Surprised Fecteau is on the ice right now, and Beijing Sears. There's always the opportunity for that to happen, a high hit or something, frustrations boiling over. I'm very surprised that the big guns are out there for Concordia, and now they're making their way off the ice.
It could just be a moment of gratitude to those leaders. Again, right now, not the way that the Nipissing Lakers, of course, wanted this game to go, but that aside, not the way they wanted to finish this. Two of their members in the penalty box. It was something that has plagued them throughout this game. And such a tough break for the silver medalists, a well-respected team, OUA finalists of this year. Won silver at Nationals last year. And the Stingers with a 5-on-3 to close it out as the final seconds wind down in Montreal. Boyer trying to find Lavoie. She'll shoot towards Sandquist. And another potential last shot. It's stopped by Nipissing. And that's the game. Concordia Stingers, defending U Sports Women's Hockey champions, will continue their run for another gold, possibly. They will take on the #2 seed UBC Thunderbirds, and when you consider that Concordia is ranked 3rd, we know that's going to be a tight semifinal. It will also be in the evening as they play today. That one's set for tomorrow night. It has been a tremendous day here at CEPSM at the University of Montreal. So the way tomorrow will play out, and Graham, you're going to help me here with all the teams and remembering this, the two consolation games to get things going. Of course, they're trying to play for 5th place, right? That respectful 5th place. 10 a.m. will be the first game. It's all Eastern times, folks. 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Now, the first game will be between the top seed Toronto Varsity Blues and the #4 ranked AUS champions, the UNB Reds. The second consolation bracket now set with Nipissing Lakers taking on the Saint FX X-Women. And then the semifinals get going, 4:30 p.m. when the MRU Cougars, #8 seed, mind you, taking on the #5 seed, the host Montreal Canadiens. That game will be fired up and exciting. And then another Montreal team, the Concordia Stingers, who we see right now, will be back 7:30 p.m. Eastern to take on UBC.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun day tomorrow, and if there's one day to come down to CEPSM 4, I would advocate for it to be semifinals Saturday, because all the teams are involved. So if there's one team you really want to watch, you can come down and check them out. And I think the 2 evening games are going to be a lot of fun. The hosts Montreal there, and then Concordia and UBC. I think that will be a tremendous matchup. MRU and Montreal as well, but I think the main attraction there is Montreal playing in front of their home crowd. How are they going to react? Are they going to be able to maintain that momentum from that big win over UNB?
It is going to be so wild in here, Graham, considering that two Montreal teams, again, Concordia, this is not their home barn, but they came out, they filled up a whole section here. We're going to hear the Nike players of the game, by the way. That's what's happening out on the ice right now. Again, the first action underway, 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. right here on CBC, just like all U Sports women's hockey throughout this weekend at day 2. Almost went by in a flash. We had a fantastic overtime game, the first and only one so far needing extra minutes. And so we know for sure there will either be a Canada West champion or an RESQ champion. And we also know that that champion, if it is from Quebec, will be from Montreal.
Yeah, it's been a while since a non-Montreal school has really been in there. That's Desmarais who got the player of the game for Nipissing.
All right, Desmarais, and then...
Great choice, Boyer. I thought she was the best player on the ice throughout. Used in all situations. She was just fantastic. One of the best performances I've seen her have in a Stingers uniform.
And just moving through this quickly, 4 power play goals for Concordia, and then an empty net goal. In the midst of that was the Nipissing goal from Madison Desmarais, of course, honored here tonight as the player of the game, assisted by Madison Stitt. But it was Concordia's Sandrine Veillette opening it up, assisted by Boyer and Gendreau. And then Gendreau all on her own, 16:43 on a power play goal. And then Boyer getting goal number 3 in the second period, helped by Emilie Lavoie and Biore Gagnon. And then Emmy Fecteau again all on her own in the third. And finally, Rachel McIntyre putting away that empty netter. And so Concordia will move on to the semifinal. It has been a tremendous day here at Septum inside the University of Montreal. Once again, our next game, 10 p.m. Eastern, with the first consolation bracket tilt between the top seed Toronto Varsity Blues and the 4th seed UNB Reds. On behalf of Graham Naismith and our entire U Sports on CBC crew, I am Daniela Ponticelli. The final score in tonight's final quarterfinal, 5-1 for the Concordia Stingers to advance to the semifinal. From Montreal, good night, everyone.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.